We want to use the Neighborhood Weather Network cameras to show you a live look at the severe storm that is heading toward Walsenburg, and you can see it there, the clouds looking very dark. We are tracking some very heavy rain. It is because of that cell that you see on your screen sliding right over I-25, passing just to the south of Rye. This is going to continue sliding toward the south and east, which will put it over Walsenburg here over the next half hour or so. This warning will stay in effect until 5:30 this evening. It does include portions of Huérfano, Los Animas, and Pueblo County. We mentioned it right before the break. Want to remind you that we have had a report of a debris flow now about 10 miles to the south of Salida. This mudslide has closed Highway 285, so we are going to continue to monitor that. The area of rain that prompted that flow, though, has now moved well off to the south and east. We are still tracking rain that is moving toward the burn scar. You can see this cluster of showers right to the east of Woodland Park. That's going to continue sliding toward the south and east. All of that is going to fall over the Waldo Canyon burn scar. We already have a flood advisory in effect that does include western parts of Colorado Springs. If we see this rain continuing to impact the burn scar and intensify, very possible we could see enough rain to prompt some flooding concerns along Highway 24. So that is something that we will be tracking very, very closely here as that storm travels overhead. It does look like it is going to remain a very active evening. So for that reason, a flash flood watch for that green box that includes Teller County and El Paso County. That's going to stay in effect through midnight tonight for El Paso, Fremont, and Teller County. Skycast is showing the activity sticking around as we head through the evening hours. This is a look at 9:30, where we are going to still see a few storms around the Pikes Peak region. So flash flooding threat continues well into the night tonight. As we head into about midnight, the focus of the storms for the most part should begin shifting off toward the south, but we are still going to keep a few showers and thunderstorms going into your early Wednesday morning. Temperatures tonight will be dropping into the 50s and 60s, 40s and 50s west of the interstate. Tomorrow we do it again. We'll have the clouds in the morning, a few peaks of sunshine during the mid-morning hours. Then by noon, the storms redevelop over the mountains. They will intensify as we head into the late afternoon. Through the evening hours, you'll notice those yellows, the oranges, signifying that the storms tomorrow, once again, capable of producing heavy rain. So burn scars are going to be particularly susceptible to flash flooding tomorrow because they're already saturated from multiple days of rain. But even areas like across eastern El Paso County that have been saturated also, those will be areas where we could potentially see some more flash flooding if we get that right storm to move overhead. We'll be tracking that tomorrow. 70s and 80s for highs, and then tomorrow should really be the last day in this string of very active days. Thursday, we should begin to see things tapering off. We'll still have a chance for scattered storms, isolated storms Friday. We're taking the storms out of the forecast Saturday, Sunday, give you a chance to dry out just a little bit. With that drier air in place, temperatures will warm up. We're back in the 80s on Saturday, 90-degree temperatures expected on Sunday. Pueblo, 81 degrees tomorrow. We'll hit 79 on Thursday. Check out Friday, though, back in the 90s. We'll stay in the 90s through the weekend, falling just short of the 100-degree mark come next Monday. 97 degrees then on Tuesday. In Canyon City, your high temperature tomorrow will hit 78 degrees. Stay in the upper 70s through Thursday, 80s then Friday, with 90s over the weekend. We'll stay in the 90s through early next week, looking much drier next week, too. And in Teller County, 66 tomorrow. We had 63 on Thursday, 70s Friday, Saturday. We'll pop into the 80s on Monday before we cool back down. Over the mountains, we are going to keep that 10% chance for storms going Saturday, Sunday, and then again Monday, Tuesday.
Right. You mentioned yesterday that some of these storms are affecting areas because they've already been saturated with water. So
yeah, usually we're only concerned about the burn scar, but now seeing as how places like Ellicott, for example, have seen so much rain day after day after day, the ground just can't hold anymore. So if we get one of those heavy rain-producing storms move overhead, yeah, we're going to see more of those flooded conditions like we have seen earlier this week.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Well, a big bowl of mac and cheese, a turkey pot pie, or a beefy burrito making you hungry yet?
Or cupcakes, which we just